Hey everybody, I am back with another video. It took me a really long time to come back with another video, but I am doing this video basically to start a new journey, a new chapter in my life, and I am gonna start trying to do like weekly updates on my life and my pregnancy. Yay! I'm pregnant! I am 9 weeks today. Actually, I'm about 9 weeks and 2 days. So I wanted to just come on here and do a video on what I did and how I conceived, because I was really on it, trying to find out how I can conceive quickly. Me and my husband were on it. Like, we really wanted this baby. So I just really researched everything, and I just kind of wanted to do a video on how or what I did, really. And because that's what I did. I was out of videos just trying to see, you know, what can I take, what can I do to make me a little bit more healthier, make me try to conceive quicker. So this video is basically just giving you my tips of what I did on how to try to conceive quickly. And you know, everybody is different, every woman is different, so just because it worked for me doesn't mean it's gonna work for you guys. I'm not a doctor, so I'm just letting you guys know what I did. So jumping in to the video. Okay, so like I said, I am about 9 weeks today. So basically it took us 3 months to get pregnant. We had been talking about getting pregnant for a really long time. We've been married for about 6 years now. So we always had in mind that we would wait at least 5 years before we had a baby after we got married, because we really wanted to enjoy our marriage and enjoy life, get to travel a little bit and just have fun together. So once the 5 years hit, we were like, we're not ready yet. So we pushed it one more year. And then finally on the 6th year, which was this year in June actually, we were like, okay, we're gonna really start to try to get pregnant. So what I did, my cycle, here's a little insight on my cycle. My cycle is every about 32 to 34 days. So it's not your typical 28 days, which I don't think really a lot of people really are. Every cycle is different. But mine's pretty regular. It's 32 to 34 days, and I ovulate on days 21 through like 24. So I was on my cycle. I tracked it every single month. So I use Ovia, the app, and you can download Ovia through Apple Store. And then it basically just helps you track your cycle, lets you know what days you ovulate, and then it'll tell you, you log in your menstrual period, and then from that it kind of calculates and lets you know the days that you're most fertile, and it'll remind you like, okay, today is baby making time, so get to it. So with that said, I tracked that for a good maybe like 6 months before we really tried. So then I also started researching, and I realized that you're supposed to, the best thing to do is to have prenatals in your system before trying to get pregnant, at least 3 months before you're trying to get pregnant, which is what I did. So the prenatals that I bought was, it's called New Chapter. And these are a prenatal vitamin, and basically it is vegetarian tablets. So I got these on Amazon. You can get them on Amazon, or you can get them at like the vitamin shops too. It's a little pricey. It's about $40 for a bottle of 96, which is not, I mean, it's kind of expensive, but what I like about these is that I really did my research on prenatals, FYI, and a lot of people complained about how they would make them sick. It would make them like just want to gag and throw up every time they took them. And these are not like super big. I mean, I'll show you guys what they look like. And you take these 3 times a day. So I take one in the morning, lunch, and dinner. And you don't even have to take these with food because that's how easy they are on your stomach. You can just take them on an empty stomach, but I always eat before and then I'll take my pill. So I do that 3 times a day. I take a DHA as well, and for my DHA I use, it's Nordic Naturals, which is this one. And this one you take twice a day. So I take this one with my prenatal in the morning and then during lunch, and then I don't take another one for dinner. So I just take the other one for dinner. So the reason why you want to take prenatals and DHA before you even get pregnant, if you're trying to get pregnant, is because you want your body to have those nutrients already in your system when your egg is already, you know, fertilized and it's starting to grow the neural tube, which is pretty much the most crucial time in the development of the embryo. Because as soon as you conceive, you don't know that you're pregnant for at least 2 weeks. So you have those 2 weeks and you're just like guessing, thinking, am I pregnant? Am I not? I don't know. So the reason why you take those is basically so that you already, even though you don't know if you're pregnant, it's already in your system, you're already taking them, so it really reduces the chance of having any type of neural effects or defects. What I like about the prenatal pills is that a lot of the pills have folic acid, and I mean, everyone knows you're supposed to take folic acid as a prenatal before while you're pregnant or whatever, right? But this one, actually, folic acid is actually the synthetic version of it. So what I really like about these is that these are made out of plant and vegetables. So it's plant-based and vegetable-based, which is a lot more natural and like organic. So instead of using folic, they actually use the real thing, which is folate. And that's why I actually chose these for that exact purpose, because it does. So I did buy the strips that help you to tell you when you're ovulating, and those strips basically, they're like little pregnancy test strips. Almost looks like pregnancy tests, but you can get them on Amazon for really cheap. I just bought them at the drugstore, and you get like 40 maybe or something like that, I'm not sure. But you pee on them when you think you're ovulating, which is usually my Ovia app will let me know, okay, you're ovulating. So then I would start taking the test, and it would start with like a faint line, and as soon as it became the darkest line, that means that you're about to ovulate within the next 24 hours. So that's like the most important time to start baby making time. So we did that, but we still weren't getting pregnant. We did that for I was like, for sure we're gonna get pregnant the first time, right? Oh, and also, I've never been on birth control pills. I don't do any of the birth control methods at all. The only thing we ever used was really condoms. Other than that, I knew when I ovulated. I always kept track of when I ovulated, so I know not to have intercourse the days that I ovulate, because obviously that would have led to having a baby. So that's another way if you want to be more natural way, which is what I didn't want anything in my system, because I knew that a lot of people have issues trying to get pregnant when they are on birth control. So I didn't want that, so I've never taken that. And it's always worked. As long as you know when you ovulate, you're good. You just don't have intercourse that week, and you're good. So like I said, so I thought I was gonna get pregnant the first month. That didn't happen. So I'm like, okay, what is going on? I'm doing everything right. Like, I was also doing your body has to be pretty healthy. I started working out. I started doing green juices every single morning. I would do my green juice with spinach and kale and some fruits, and I really tried hard to stay on top of like whatever I could do. But I didn't get pregnant the second time. I didn't get pregnant again the second month. So I was like, okay, what is going on? So I started researching a little bit more, and then I was like, well, you know what? Maybe it's not even me. What if it's my husband? Because a lot of the times we all think that it's the women, but you don't realize that men actually have like low sperm quality, low sperm number. So I was like, you know what? Let's research what I could do for him. So I told him he had to stop drinking. So I made him cut back on the drinking for sure, because he liked to drink every weekend. I told him he had to start working out, which he did. And then I also found these pills. They're called Fertility Blend, and it had really good I bought this online. I'm not sure I got it from their website. But it's basically, it optimizes the sperm quality. So it makes the sperm of the men stronger if maybe they're not as strong swimmers. Then it'll help them, swim faster. Or if there's any defect in that, I guess it helps with the sperm. So I started giving these to him, and for these, you take these 2 capsules every single day, and you're supposed to take these for at least 3 months before you can really see like a difference. So that's what I read. A lot of people were like, oh, we tried for like a year, and I started taking this, and then bam, we got pregnant. I was like, excuse me, we need that. So I bought this for him. I was on top of him because, men do not listen. So I was like, you have to take your pill. You have to take your pill. So he was taking this. We started taking this for about a full month and a half. And we got pregnant. The next time we got pregnant. Now the other thing is, I do want to say that after we tried all this, and I was like, okay, so he's on that already. But I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but I was told before that my uterus is a little bit tilted. So I was like, well, what if that has anything to do with why I can't get pregnant? And I read that had nothing to do with it, but I was just like, in my mind, I'm like, what if the sperm can't make it there, and we're trying and it just isn't making it because I don't know, I just had this weird thought in my mind. So anyways, so what's the best way to get pregnant? So they did say that sometimes it's whatever position you're in, maybe the sperm can't make it to the egg quick enough or whatever. So then we tried a new position. A little TMI, but I'm gonna be real honest with you guys. So because I have a tilted uterus, it would always hurt to have intercourse. Not always, but most of the time it would be uncomfortable for me. So the first time we tried this new position, I swear we got pregnant. Because that was the time when we actually did get pregnant. So what I did was, I kind of just like twisted my leg over to the side. So I'm like laying like this way, right? But then this leg actually was flipped this way, like that. Like crossing my legs kind of. And he was, like in the middle of me, obviously. So he could hold this leg pretty much. And the rest is history, because I got pregnant. I don't know if that actually helped or not, but I'm just gonna go with it. Another thing is, we are Christian, so what I did was, I tried so hard for those first 2 months that I was like, what if something's really wrong with me? What if something's wrong with him? I started being super negative, thinking the worst, like, oh my God, I'm never gonna have a baby, like we're infertile and blah blah blah. And I'm 31 years old, so I was like, oh my God, what if my eggs aren't good anymore, because you're the best in your 20s. So I just started praying to God, and I basically just told him, like, you know what, I'm gonna just let it be up to you. Whenever you decide to bless us with a baby, then it is what it is. Like, I was trying to have so much control over my fertility that it got so stressful. It really did. Not just for me, but for my husband. He was super stressed out, telling me, you know what, babe, this isn't even fun anymore. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. You're stressing me out. It was to the point where he couldn't even perform sometimes because it was so stressful. And it was all me, and I know that because I was like, we have to do it now. We have to do it today. We have to do it tomorrow. You know, and so a little advice. Stop stressing. I know it's easier said than done, but coming from me, which I was a complete maniac about stressing about trying to get pregnant, it didn't work when I was stressing. It really did not work. So after those 2 months, I was like, man, like, we really can't get pregnant. So the third month, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna relax. I'm gonna really try not to think about it as much. So that's when I prayed, and I was like, please God, you know, if it's meant to be, give me the baby when you're ready, when I'm ready. When you feel that I'm ready to have a baby, just bless us with this baby. If it's not our time, then it's not our time, and I'm not gonna continue to stress myself out, stress my husband out over trying to have a baby. It'll happen when it happens. So I did that, and I really, honestly, I just left it up to God. And then that's when we were like, you know what? Let's just try a new position. Maybe that was God telling us, like, try this new position. You never know. So I have to give it up to God, first of all, because I really believe that it was on His perfect timing when after I prayed and I told Him, I'm going to leave it in your hands. And then that next month we got pregnant. And I don't know, to be honest, I don't know if it was, you know, these and the pills. Like, I don't know if that really worked or not. But I just wanted to let you guys know what I did. But the main thing here is do not stress over trying to get pregnant. I'm 31 years old. So, you know, I started a little bit later. But, you know, just give it at least 6 months to a year. You're really supposed to give it at least 6 months to a year before you start thinking, oh, I'm not fertile. And I was jumping the gun. I was ready to be like, let's go check your sperm. Let's do this. I was looking into IV. We got pregnant the next month. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So I am going to try to do some like weekly vlogs. Pregnancy updates actually on how my pregnancy is going, my my symptoms, and you know, all that. So I will also be posting how I told my husband and my family, and I did videotape it, so it's pretty crazy. It's so funny. My mom's reaction was priceless. So I'll be posting that video soon, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.